Hello everybody, welcome to SNKronize. My name is James Chen and I'm joined by, of course, OlafRedland. And unfortunately, we aren't going to have Kitty with us today.
Empty chair.
Empty chair.
Yeah, so we're going to be at a convention this weekend, and so she's got a lot of prep to do, like getting costumes together and stuff like that. So unfortunately, she couldn't actually be here for the show. She might try to hop into the chat later and say hi.
Damn, look at this. Investigation cone with the gift subs to Zenaf, Seru X, Sorjuana... Okay, JVSM42 and Shadow Man.
Sorwan Mixley.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I said that backwards, we would make him disappear, dude. Like,
little Mr. Mixius Pitlick.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Wait, do we know anything about?
We don't know what kind of crossplay the game even has to know if that's going to be an option.
Exactly. So, I mean, if it is cross, it'll be great. But
I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm personally planning on playing it on PC predominantly.
I mean, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm probably going to get it on both, you know.
Well, I mean, I ordered a Steam Deck.
And
so I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to push this, and we're going to see if like this can be one of the tournament standards.
Oh,
right. Yeah,
just wondering for when you do the beginner fighting streams, Chengasm.
Just wondering for when you do the beginner fighting streams.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right. So if I start doing some of the beginner lobbies like I used to do for for other games, like I said,
time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell. Depends on how that. I mean, like, most likely it's going to end up being PC because of the fact that the PS4 has not been having a good track record in terms of quality, right? Like, Guilty Gear has the delay.
Yeah, but it's also the one that, like, PS4 is the fastest spec, like, it has the least input lag. So you get a weird trade-off.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out. But, I was going to say something. Completely forgot I was good. Oh, but I mean, I've been getting all the physical copies on PS4, and then I just get the Steam one digitally anyway. So because there's no such thing as a physical copy for PC, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, that's the thing kills me too, though, is I'm gonna really want that Leona costume.
Oh,
and that's digital only anyway.
Right. Yeah. So you're probably gonna get that. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see.
So I'm seriously probably gonna buy this freaking game 4 times, and I'm mad at myself.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like, I feel like for the gaming industry, and this is completely just off topic, and we're starting off topic.
Doesn't sound like it's off topic.
But, like, I really feel like the video game industry needs to figure out a way to make it that content that you buy on one platform gets it to you for all platforms. So, for example...
That doesn't seem feasible at all.
I just mean, like, if you buy the DLC for the character, like, if you have an SNK account, you should be able to log into that, hook it up to your SNK account so that you can go...
Well, yeah, but that's how we get things like CFN.
Right, that's the problem, right? Yeah.
Or even worse is when you had, like, Origin and stuff.
The EA account.
The EA ones, the Ubisoft ones. I remember being forced to sign into a secondary account because I wanted to play Mirror's Edge on my 360. And I was like, this game I don't even need to be online for this game.
Right.
No.
Yeah. And this is just weird. I mean, there's got to be a way that they could do it. Or maybe even so that if you buy it on Steam, if you go and show your account on their website, they can give you a code to download it. I don't know, because, like, what are the...
I mean, the thing is, it doesn't seem feasible because you know all the first parties are going to be against it, because that means that, like, PlayStation's making the money to play the DLC on Steam.
Right.
Like, nobody wants that. Nobody's going to want that.
Because, like, one of the most annoying ones is I had the pinball arcade on my iPad, and you could buy all the tables, and I bought all the seasons, but I could only play it on my iPad on iOS. I couldn't play it on anything else, which is super annoying, but oh well. I mean, if a Switch port happens, I probably would buy a third one.
Yeah. I mean, because as it stands, I'm buying at the very least the Steam version, the American PS4 version, and the Japanese PS4 version.
Jesus.
Because we all know the Japanese PS4 is going to have the best collector set.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, where no other region is going to beat what they've already shown.
Right, exactly.
If we're real lucky, we'll get most of that.
Yeah, I was about to say, we already know they have a better collector set, right? So...
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, at least, like, in the Pix and Love sets, they get, like, at least an alternate art book. That it's, like, it's basically the same content, but it's a different format. I'm like, I'm on board with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I just really love the MVS softboxes.
Right, yeah, those things are
Or
nice.
AES softboxes.
And again, I just like collecting shit like that, right? And so,
Yeah, we're old.
Yeah.
We like to hold physical things.
Basically.
I still have CD wallets. You still have a wall of CD jewel cases.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, shout outs to the level 2 hype train. Woo!
I've literally been yelled at for having a CD wallet in my car.
Dude, I'm sure I've said this conversation to you before, but you remember Magnetro, right? We were talking on text or phone or something like that one time. He's like, "Do you own a lot of music CDs?" And I was like, "Yes." He's like 20 or 25?
That is not a large number.
No. I was like, come on, man. Dang, I got nothing but animal emotes. I think that seems right here. Yeah, no.
I can't remember the last time I had that few.
Right? Yeah. And again, I mean, I'm just so paranoid about the digital era that, like, if it's something that, if it's like, these days I do buy a lot of digital music, but it's not for, like, the bands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, exactly. 25 They Might Be Giant CDs alone, because those, Lord knows they've been making music for a long time.
No, and you have every right to be, like, concerned and, you know, be an old man, get off my lawn about the digital age, because look at Marvel 2.
And Marvel 3, right?
Well,
I mean, Marvel 3 for a while, so...
Yeah, Marvel 3's DLC, you know. And again, the fact that you literally cannot play KOF 11 on a modern console.
Yep.
On the other hand...
yeah, this is something I wanted to talk about.
Oh, we are talking about it.
Yeah, this is something I definitely wanted to talk about.
On the other hand, as someone who owns the arcade release of KOF 11, so I have it as a backup.
which means it's totally legal.
Totally fine,
totally legal for you to own the ROMs.
Yes, my backups, obviously. Flycast getting GTPO rollback netcode.
And is it already working on for KOF 11?
Apparently it is.
Is it?
I haven't tested it yet myself, but I've already been tagged like 3 times on Twitter, like, dude, it's working. Dude, it's working.
So wait, are you old? I think we don't have
How often have you caught me playing online?
I'm just saying, I thought that would be like the first thing you'd test, you know? You'd be calling up Corey, be like, load it now.
If I couldn't get him to play it for more than 5 minutes before, I'm not sure that's gonna fix it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll have to yell at him later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like 11 has rollback right now.
Yeah, and I tweeted about that. I was like, we need to start running tournaments.
I think it's time.
I think we need to start running tournaments.
I get to show you my hearts up close instead of in a tournament this time. Maximu 177 love.
Whoa.
that's quite a name for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Maximu, there you go. But, I mean, honestly, like, I feel like we should just start running tournaments, like, on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, like Wednesday, like, especially, like, the nights that don't have a trailer. We're like, you know what, let's just run, like, a quick, like, just, you know, use a lobby or something. I'm going to try to drag in some of the other guys in the community to, like, hang out, give some extra commentary.
And for sure, I mean, one of the things, once they're trying to get it to work with Fightcade. So Fightcade has used Flycast in the past, right? But they haven't hooked up to their GGPO or their netcode or whatever
it's not all perfectly integrated yet, but that's, like, in process right now.
Yeah, once they get that working, because you can, even in Fightcade, the nice thing is, like, if you're running tournaments, you could set it up so that the names and the scores are on the overlay automatically. You could set it to a 1st to 5, a 1st to 3, 1st to 2 automatically, etc. We'll get there, Flashy Flash. We'll get there. Chill a little bit here. Usually, sometimes.
I mean, you saw this trailer a week ago. Like, I mean, we'll talk about it,
right?
But KOF 11 got rollback, so obviously I'm gonna like shake the table. It has to be discussed,
right? As long as Jasmine's not here, you can slam the table if you want to.
I mean, it's not like they're gonna reveal Chizuru again.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cool though to see that to see, And I swear, like, this is just how it's going to have to be. You know, it's community driven. And, you know, one of the things that we haven't talked a lot about on this, but, you know, is obviously very relevant to a lot of the conversation, is all the misting that's been going on. The FPG,
Mister.
Yeah, the Mister emulation scene is getting really, really crazy right now. What was that?
Configure your arcade cab to have rollback. Yeah, that'll work.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Are you kidding me? At this point, it might be faster for me to just put in a different screen and just run the emulated
I
Remedy
know,
in the
right?
cab.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's not happening. I'm stubborn.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, that thing is going crazy now too. Now, if we could just like, I just feel like it's really, video game preservation is one of the hardest things because a lot of video game preservation is so tied to consoles, right?
Well, between that and like the fuzzy legality, like
Right.
I really want to keep this, you know, this thing intact. The only way to do so is illegally,
Right.
Because like, especially when you look at like arcade boards from the 70s, half of them don't work anymore. So if you have a ROM dump, that's the only version of it that's playable.
Right, exactly. But I mean, I don't think any, like, at this point in time, I can't imagine anyone, because like even I think some of those companies probably know they're not making money off of that, and they don't want that stuff to go away forever either. You know what I mean? How much you want to bet like original developers of KOF 11 and stuff have the ROMs on their computers just so they have it? You
So
know?
I mean, I've heard there's a possibility that the source code to 11 is lost. So
Really?
So I mean, them having a
Oh.
ROM of it isn't outside the realm of possibility. So they have something.
Because that's the only thing left at that point in time. Jeez.
Because the biggest reason that I've heard that we don't have another port of the KOF 11 is because the PS2 version is caught behind like PS2 Sony source code, so they can't legally re-release that version.
Right.
All right. So where does that put the Adamus Wave version? Potentially, it might be lost.
Yeah, because
Like
I mean,
Silent Hill 1.
Right. What a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of the Japanese culture really was like, oh, it's done, gone. Like the Japanese culture wasn't about that kind of longevity with their games, right? I mean, I always tell the story that people used to tell me that, you know, games would come out and then after like 3 weekends they're in the bargain bin. Like if you didn't buy it then, like that's what happened to Marvel, right? So Marvel 3 came out, then they released Ultimate way too fast, had really poor sales.
That's its own topic. Though.
Right, yeah. But as a result, Capcom thought, oh, the sales were bad, nobody's interested, so they just destroyed their entire Marvel environment, you know, in their offices, so they couldn't rebuild it anymore.
Oh my god.
And that's why we never got, and then it turned out to be, because it was so cheap, and because it was so popular, it actually turned out to be one of their longest lasting games that continued to sell throughout the time, which is different than what they're experiencing. And by that point in time, it was too late. They already killed the environment.
Which is funny, though, because this is after 20-something years of fighting games existing.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, I know fighting games are going to be defiant of that trend, but there still should have been enough evidence.
Yeah.
Now, see, the thing is, like, assuming that KOF 11 is lost, assuming, this is also shortly after them leaving the MVS, and and that's shortly after returning from the bankruptcy.
Right.
Being SNK Playmore era. So, like, there's a lot there that could be explained away as, yeah, that kind of makes sense, you're in a weird position, but also... It might not be lost. It might be with someone who worked at Playmore side of it and left.
Right. I
mean,
mean,
who knows?
Chaos Master in the chat says that Square Enix got the source code for Collection of Mana from Nintendo.
Not surprising.
I mean, Silent Hill 2. Remember when they made the Silent Hill remaster?
Oh, God.
Like, 2 lost a lot of... Like, the textures are gone.
Comic Sans.
Yeah, like, the textures are gone because... they literally just don't have them anymore. They're like deleted. They don't exist. They had to re-record the voice acting, not because they wanted to try to improve it, because the original voice acting just doesn't exist anymore.
No, I mean, and on the topic of lost media, the very first Super Bowl.
Is it just not, doesn't exist?
Doesn't exist. Because the only... Basically, nobody had VCRs at home. So only the 2 TV channels that broadcasted it would have had it.
Right.
And both overwrote their only backup.
That's awesome, dude. But
yeah, Silent Hill 2 Comic Sans is just the worst.
So what is that?
The sign that says "Welcome to Silent Hill," they didn't have the texture for it, so they just threw in text, and it's in Comic Sans font.
Oh, God. I didn't know about that.
You could like literally Google it right now. It's gonna be like the first thing you see. Just Silent Hill Comic Sans.
Oh, God. I didn't know about that. I mean, you could literally Google it right now. It's going to be like the first thing you see. Just Silent Hill Comic Sans.
Just Silent Hill Comic Sans. Boom.
Dear Lord.
Not even a joke. Silent Hill Ranch.
They didn't... Alright, I'm putting this on screen. Everybody else can share in the misery here.
Yep.
Yeah. I actually just like this tweet, too. Oh my god.
Yeah, an actual thing.
That's the original one right there, yeah. But then...
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny. It's like, it's funny that Chlamydia in the chat even mentions that, like, it's about, you know, nowadays culture is more conscious of preserving stuff. I just saw these articles talking about how video games are, like, ruining culture, or, like, they're gonna be, like, I was just like,
what is this, 1994?
I know, right? Like, seriously.
We've already been through that. We already didn't make Hillary our president.
Yeah. Because they were saying...
Attack my video games, will you?
They were saying
and
that
rap music,
like video games are like outside of culture because you're just like hyper focused. And dude, video games are culture, dude. Like I mean,
half the video games are out there doing like social commentary.
Right.
Like I'm just reading about this game, like it's like a total like absolute clusterfuck of all game design and all things and everything. Turns out the whole thing is based on like capitalist tropes and Gnosticism. If you actually play through it enough to get to the message, it's Cruelty Squad. I really want to play this game because it looks like a fucking mess, and it looks awesome. And it's like usually described as a shitpost, like 'cause it looks awful. But yeah, apparently like all of its plot and like all the messaging in it's all like capitalism and Gnosticism, and like it has all sorts of deep layers of meaning and shit. I'm just like, okay.
Dude, oh man, yeah, it's video games. I mean, that's one of the things that I always talk about, even with Street Fighter 2, right? Well, the reason why Street Fighter 2 is such a big deal is because that is one of the most embedded into our cultures of all video games, right? I still rate it as number 2 to Pac-Man. Like Pac-Man and Street Fighter 2, I think are the two most. You know, like, obviously Mario and Zelda...
Yeah, they're bigger, but they're not, like, the cultural impact. Right. It's more like, I know who Mario is, but it doesn't mean I wear a yellow cape because of it.
Right.
But you get people who pick up martial arts because of Street Fighter.
Yeah, I mean, people... Do you know how many people say that they learned how to draw because of Street Fighter?
Yeah, not surprising.
Yeah, and, oh, man... But I picked up Dwarf Fortress again this weekend. And it was so weird, too, because my manager at my job was like, yeah, my cousins, like, were the ones who wrote Dwarf Fortress. It's crazy. Right? Yeah, exactly. Every time you slice
percentage of pizza that resembles Pac-Man.
Yeah. and also, honestly, like... I forgot who pointed it out. Someone mentioned it on Twitter, I think. But it's like every time, like, oh look, hey, we're Fortnite. We've included Street Fighter stuff. Here's our trailer. It's always Street Fighter 2. It's always the Street Fighter 2 cabinet. It's always the Street Fighter 2 sound effects. We're up to Street Fighter freaking 5. Like this is like 20 years later now.
I just want to point out, everyone knows those characters because that's in like the focal point of modern age.
Yeah,
And B, the license is probably a lot cheaper.
Perhaps. But I mean, it's
just pointing that out. Like, it's probably a really cheap license.
But I feel like everyone is just gonna recognize it more.
Nicki Minaj released a single called Chun-Li.
Right, yeah.
Like,
and how many, I mean, in the movie Shazam, someone says Hadouken. You know, in Captain Marvel, they had the Champion Edition cabinet there, you know, to signify the night. It's just the way it is.
Because then it was the 90s, it was everywhere.
And it's why Street Fighter 3 failed. Because you didn't put all the old characters in there.
Dude, that game almost didn't have Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
Up until the backlash. It's crazy.
Yep. It's crazy, but...
so anyways, rollback netcode.
Yeah, rollback. But, I mean, that kind of preservation, again, for KOF 11, I think is going to be really cool. And again, you know, it's interesting because, you know, I talk about it, and I even mentioned this on the Tuesday show, like, people didn't even know, like, 11 was really out there if you weren't, like, really into the KOF scene and stuff like that.
Like, it basically went like, I remember there was, like, an 02, and then suddenly 12 and 13.
Yeah.
I didn't even see 12.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, you know, even with, like, Gibby saying that 11 was his most popular tournament game that he had, you know, and all these people enjoying it so much, like...
The game is fucking fire.
I think Flycast and rollback netcode might be the best chance.
No,
for
we
resurgence.
definitely need to do something, because also I really just want to encourage SNK to like talk about it.
Yeah.
Because other than Ash existing now, 11 is still kind of like on the back burner of games that ever are talked about.
Yeah, and it's like the one game that deserves it from the Ash Saga that I still think deserves the UM treatment, right?
It has a bunch of characters that are not in any other KOF or are barely in.
Dude, we're getting 0-3 upper tournaments, dude.
Yeah, why not?
God, 0-3 upper's not good. But I mean, the best version of Alpha 3, Sega Saturn version. Just saying that right now, because it was not the upper version, and it had all the new characters in there. So that's what made it good. Because Phalon...
Didn't all the home versions have the extra characters?
Yes, they did, but
the PlayStation 1 ran like crap.
The PlayStation 1 ran like crap, and it was the upper version. Dreamcast version was the upper version as well. So, oh wait, no. PlayStation wasn't the upper version, but PlayStation just ran like crap. Right? Yeah. But the Dreamcast version was the upper version.
Was it though?
Yes,
that's a surprise.
Yes,
I never played Alpha 3 on
I
Dreamcast.
did. I had it, and I was like, that's why I was just like, well, back to the Saturn version.
Didn't they also add Yun in that version though? I thought Upper added Yun.
Those characters were only added to the PSP version, if I'm not mistaken.
The handheld version. Whatever. Anyway, so we have a trailer.
Yes, Ash trailer.
We can finally watch the Ash trailer now.
Yeah.
Because we have more to talk about, but the Ash trailer.
Yeah.
I got giddy when I watched this one. I was really happy.
I wonder why.
Because he looks fucking rad.
He looks rad. He actually looks really, really cool. Let's do this here. And I mean, one of the things that a lot of people were talking about too is, remember at the Gamescom trailer, a lot of people were complaining about, you know, the way Ash looked, the lips and stuff like that. But
I mean, it was a meme, but I don't think anybody was really complaining.
I kept seeing people talk about it.
I saw people talk about it. I didn't see anyone actually complaining.
Well, I mean, it looks better in this trailer anyway already. Yeah. So, but again, I'm gonna play this with the volume up so you guys can hear it, and you guys won't be able to hear us as much. So we'll try to save most of our stuff for afterwards for the analysis.
Not like I haven't watched it like 80 times anyway.
Only? Oops, hang on a second. Clearly, this thing is running at
Peggy 12.
Peggy 12.
Ash Crimson.
Same stage.
Bon courage. 応援してるよ。今のはおふざけ。次は避けた方がいいかもね。KOF XV。結構いい線言ってたんじゃない？
So, first off, fun fact.
I have a lot of things to say first off, but go for it.
First off, fun fact. This is the same voice actor Ash has always had. He is one who was not recast.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So, fucking awesome. Secondly, this is, I think, the smartest trailer they've ever shown.
Really?
There are some elements of this where they kind of reveal something, or just reveal enough to make you happy, but not enough to spoil it. And I fucking love it.
Okay.
I absolutely love it.
All I want to say is that Grandma Boo says, nails and hair are better than mine. Find me a human on the planet whose hair and nails are better than this.
Dude, I was really happy seeing people talking about the fact that all of his nails have different nail art.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's symmetrical between his hands, but they each nail is still different,
Right,
and it's like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, fabulous.
But yeah, apparently 03, 11, and even Max Impact Reggae, still the same actor.
Dang, that's cool. Okay. And then also, I mean, clearly I feel like all the characters that are original to this game right now that weren't in 14, they just look so good. Because I'll admit, because when we were watching the King trailer, you know, I was always like, King doesn't look that bad to me as much as, and when we saw the Gamescom trailer and they showed all the characters, King does kind of stand out.
She stands out a little bit.
Yeah, she stands out a little bit.
Yeah, she needs a little help.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and we're definitely going to talk about the theming of Ash's level 3 super, yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but, I mean, the thing is, like, I also love the fact that his level 3 super, his climax, kind of shows a little bit more mechanically, too. Kind of helps us confirm a little bit.
Okay.
But, yeah, this trailer's fantastic.
All right.
Like, in terms of, like, trailer structure, it's definitely in my, like, top tier bracket.
Now, do we know anything about these symbols or anything like that? Or
It's
is
Ash.
It's just Ash symbols?
It's Ash doing Ash things. They're at least similar to the same kind of art he had on his old outfit, but they're not the same symbols per se, unless he had them in different spots, and I'm not remembering clearly. But like he had the same little this little white flame icon on the back of his sleeves, which I think might still be one of his nails.
Yeah, it looks like that his pants, like if you rub your fingers, you hear the.
Oh yeah. Dude, I want these jeans. I want them.
Yeah, there's that.
Yep,
symbol,
there's that same flame
symbol. Yeah.
It's just like his personal logo.
I did notice that Ash has a little bit of a Shinko sleeves there. When he raises his hand, the sleeves go nowhere.
Yeah, his old sleeves are really sturdy.
Right.
Yeah, see, there's the flame logo and everything, and he's got just a different flame. And then his pinky actually is the same symbol that's on his boot.
Yeah, and if you look on the other side over there, you can see the middle finger is the same one on both sides, and the index finger is the same.
Flame.
Yeah.
The car flames.
Yeah.
Oh, and then his thumb's got that weird double helix thing.
Yeah, looks like kind of like a wrench, right? I mean,
you mean pliers?
Pliers, yeah, sure.
JoJo Part 8 looking ass. Like, I still can't get over the fact how much he looks like Araki drew him for Jajolian, which I think is perfect.
I agree.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
100%. Yeah. Dude, now that you mention it, that's all I can see.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I do like his black boa. I think it actually suits him pretty well.
What was it before?
Not a boa.
Fair, and then
Kamui Kotan deer.
Finally, we get to see the stage.
Yeah, the
now,
stage is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
by the
but
way.
I mean, do you feel like this stage confirms Kula?
No.
Really? I feel like that this is like Kula stage. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, like it's one of those like if there's an ice stage, Kula's probably there, but like not a hard confirm. But there's also been other things to suggest Kula's around anyway, most notably her popularity anyway.
Right. Now...
yeah, Aurora Borealis confirms Cammy, yes.
Now, here's the other question, though. If Kula is in the game and they put Ash in this background, could Ash, Kula, and Kay be on the same team? Would there be any lore to that, or would that not make sense?
I think the only way that would ever happen, it would just be because nobody else wanted him on their team. And Ash doesn't care. I mean, Kate Ash doesn't care.
Okay, fair enough.
So I don't know. It's complicated. Kamui Kotan deer. Like, I literally think that's the exact same deer from Samurai Showdown. And,
yeah.
And I'm here for it.
The one that buries itself in the ground?
It's literally his spirit, yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was also largely just the same model, you know?
No, I think it is the same model and it's just repainted texture.
Okay. Oh, was Kay?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ash is on the character select screen in his own team.
Oh, that character select screen had Ash on there already. Yep. That's right.
Ash and K-Dash were on different teams on that screen.
I mean, you can't have K-Dash without Ash, right? I mean...
Yep, Kula is only absent from 03 and 12. Because, like, half the fucking roster of all time was missing from 12.
K-Dash, it's...
K-Dash.
Yeah.
K-Dash.
Yeah. It could be Kula Dash. There you go. Then you just have it all in there. K-Ash. Yep, there we go.
Okay, and then, we got...
punch, stand kick, jumping light punch, crouching
dick
light
slap.
punch, crouching heavy punch,
which traditionally is a way better anti-air than you think it is.
Oh.
It's like, oh, this seems okay, and it's actually, like, really good.
Okay.
CD.
All right, and then jumping CD, right?
Yeah.
Afterwards, this thing here, yeah.
Bop.
Ugh. And then again, yeah, Ash just looks really good. Just like the model, the design, everything is just like.
I think I feel like they really nailed making him like the androgynous male.
Yeah.
Like he's clearly male, but he's very androgynous.
Right. I mean, how many people still think that Ash is a girl?
It happens every so often.
Yeah, it still happens all the time. It just happened recently, too. So.
But the thing is, like, you look at Ash in, like, 03, his sprite, you're like, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Right. Now, did Ash always have, like, little freckles on the face and stuff?
Yep.
Okay, so that's always just been...
always had freckles.
Okay.
It's just one of those, like, tiny little traits you have to look at the art and study. And
so even, like, the headshots and stuff like that, in the sprite headshots and stuff, Okay, so what the heck was that?
It is a teleport slide attack thing. He had something similar to it in 13.
Right.
That's the thing. He's basically just an enhanced version of his 13 incarnation.
Right, but you can see it hits. Invisible hit, which is, like, not cool.
Yeah, it's basically like a teleport dash punch kind of thing.
You are no longer the protagonist. Out of here. All right.
Dude, hair covering eyes is just awesome. Like, it's super anime, it's really cool, kind of edgy. Like, it's just how it is.
No, I mean, hair covering eyes has that trope of, I don't really care, you know? Like, that's kind of...
I mean, I knew a girl in high school that put more hairspray into her bangs and had them arch just like this. And it was really fashionable, but it's like, you put more effort into that than the rest of your entire day. Jesus Christ.
DP, which is a flash kick.
It's an actual flash kick.
Right. So in case people don't know, Ash is a charge character.
Yeah, he's the Guile archetype of the game.
Right.
More than anyone.
Which is even crazy because, I mean, that's the whole gimmick with the install super and everything, because then he doesn't need the charge anymore.
And we'll get to that in a moment, because that's one of my favorite parts of the trailer.
Right. Because we clearly see that. Here, EX Flame.
Which is, setting up a little trap bomb thing, which led to really cool combos and
How long did they stay on the screen?
I mean, they didn't stay that terrible.
But could you drop it and then chase after it? And
a little bit, I think.
Okay.
But not by, like, super much. I don't think it was, like, significantly scarier than Orochi Shermie's.
What about Rose?
I don't even remember how long Roses last.
Rose is still... Because David still calls them Jin Fireballs.
Yeah,
because he
doesn't play games that aren't from Capcom.
Right, and so I'm just saying, like, clearly, we should call them Ash Fireballs.
Yeah. Or, again, Orochi Shermie had it first.
These characters have had it for a long time. Okay, that's, what, target combo?
No, that's just Sonic Boom. That's heavy Sonic Boom.
Oh, it just hits twice, right. Yep. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, I see the fireball now. Okay, there we go. And then taunt,
sticking that ass out. Hi.
Like I said, Shinko sleeve, dude. Like,
it's sturdy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a good sturdy coat, it does that.
Yeah. All right. I didn't notice the hand animation before.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Also, I do like that this is actually they reduced the startup animation compared to 13. Because before, like, the fireball would go like, woo!
Oh, yeah.
And then go in. And I was just like, you know what, we're just going to toss it. We're fine.
But, I mean, is he actually, like, guiding the, like, creating the path that it starts in, basically? Like,
yeah, kind of dabbling it. And, yeah.
Oh, no, it kind of spins the other way.
Well,
but yeah. Fair enough.
He's like, I want a circle formation.
Okay, so kick, level 2 super.
Level 2 flash kick super, which, by the way, this one, I really like the change. First off, now he does freaking 4 of them because reasons. Which makes it a different number than every other multi-DP super ever, I think.
Yeah.
But then, bop.
Just a little flourish kick at the end there.
Which means that in that recovery, you can probably climax cancel into the level 3, and you're fucked, and you get max damage.
Or if you're in max cancel mode, maybe you could do something extra.
Yeah, you might there might be a chance to get an EX flash kick in the corner there or something, but you can definitely climax and get max damage, and not every character can do that. Do like a level 2 into a level 3, and the whole level 2 finishes. So that's pretty big.
Now this is
like my highlight.
This is the install super, right?
This is like my highlight of the video.
Okay.
I did the install super. End statement. Because if you know, you know. He doesn't have to do anything with that super. He just showed you, I did my install super, you know it works. You know what it does. Also, you know it's not my climax. It's not my level 3. It's readily available. There you go. It tells you everything you need to know without spoiling anything.
Now the question is, though, are we going to be treated to 30-second...
I fucking hope so.
30-second Ash combos in the corner again, you know?
Yeah, sans culotte.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah, and I think I'm pronouncing it half right at least. It's a level 2 super. And at least previously, it's always been, as a charge character, that install means no more charging. So Sonic Boom is just back forward punch.
Right.
Not hold back forward punch.
I mean, that was the whole thing with Ash, right? Like, some of her combos were really like flash kick into the fireball.
So the thing is that it also lets him cancel some of his specials into other specials, and it lets him cancel specials into command normals.
Yeah.
And so what you get is... like his back or forward kick where he does the Sobot. So you do flash kick, Sobot, flash kick.
Yeah,
flash kick,
that's
Sobot,
what it is.
flash
That's
kick,
what
and
it
stuff
is.
like that.
Yeah.
And you can get some really dumb stuff. And the fact that he has his whole kit, the fact that he has that as a raw level 2, and the fact that he still is going to have a level 3 super well beyond that, yeah, he really might be one of those characters that, oh, did I get a clean hit? Good game.
Right, and then what's really cool here is, as you can see in this screenshot, they incorporated one of Melty Blood's old characters, and that when she's throwing a fireball, the deer comes out.
It's Nero. Yeah. Nervenquizzer.
I just can't believe when I paused it, I looked at the screen, and I was
like fucking Nero Chaos.
I was like, dude, Ash is 100% throwing this deer out of the fireball, dude. Look at
no, I always wanted to pick up Nero just because I like making jokes about it. Throw in the cast of Bambi, you motherfuckers.
This is hilarious looking, dude.
That needs to be the thumbnail for the YouTube.
Dude, or something. Yeah,
it's just
I'm definitely...
the Nero Chaos.
Yeah, I'm going to post that on Twitter and be like, yo, look, they gave Ash some of Melty Blood mechanics here.
And then the fact that, like, here's the thing, is that what really scares me is the fact that with the way max mode works now, and him having his install... we're really gonna hit like 13 level combos because you can do like max mode or quick max, do a couple EX moves for the quick max timer, and then install, and then do everything else.
Yeah, But what's interesting here, I'm not as big of a fan of the effect. On there, but I mean, it gets the point across.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of people have been talking about how his effects work, so there's probably going to be some adjustments. Because, like, his flash kick, all of the flames hit behind you, and, like, it really seems like it's sorted awkwardly.
Okay.
So but a lot of people have been talking about that.
This one's crazy, though, because Iori hasn't jumped yet. Threw the fireball, jump, and I still flash kick in time? Or was this... Because obviously he's not glowing green.
Yep.
He's not in install mode.
Yep.
But even like
it's basically a whole ass second. Just
like this. But then it even looks like Ash is standing there
because he's still recovering, and then just oops. I mean, unless they said fuck it and he's not a charge character anymore, which would be terrifying.
Right? I mean, maybe that's what this could mean.
But nah, I'm pretty sure that's just he's still recovering from the fireball, and that's like a frame 1 or frame 2 recovery.
But I mean, is this actually how fast it took to charge up for flash kick before?
Yeah, sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, like the charge moves in KOF tend to not be horrific.
Okay, and I mean, obviously you can also roll through fireballs to punish them and stuff like that, so it's not going to be as damaging as it's not like if there was no rolling through projectiles, everybody would be dead at this point.
KOF has shorter charge time than Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, backing me up. Yes.
Yeah, I mean a lot of games do. Street Fighter has some of the longest.
Street Fighter 2 has the longest, I think.
Yeah, and but again, that just seems really buff. But again, also this game is hyper hopping and stuff like that. Yeah.
Rolling.
Right.
I mean, EX moves are usable raw now.
Right. Because if it took longer to charge up with hyper hopping in the game, you'd probably never be able to Sonic Boom flash.
I mean, part of the thing for me too is honestly, now that Ash is in the game, they have to really work hard to make people play Mitten-kun. Because Mitten-kun's whole point was he got to be the Guile charge character of the game. And because like his anti-air is a charge move, but then his fireball is not charge, and then what in the hell are you going to do to make me play Mitten-kun over Ash? And I like Mitten.
Okay. Here we go. EX Fireball. Go. Oh, it erases and goes over?
Or it like has multiple hits on the first wave.
Yeah.
There's actually a pretty cool comparison video on YouTube where they just basically he just tries to use 13 to duplicate everything that happens in this video.
Was it Hi-Fi who did that?
Not the Hi-Fi one.
Okay.
There's a guy who's just been doing them for 15 to
Okay.
13 in previous games, whatever. But yeah, just eat that fireball.
Oof, oof.
But yeah, so the first hit, or the first fireball probably has like 2 or 3 hits,
Right.
and then it ate one through that fireball.
And talk about a
and
confirm.
then this shit.
4-hit confirm right here, dude.
Yeah.
Into level 1
yes,
flash
Orpheus.
kick.
Orpheus is the channel. Yes, thank you.
Level 1 flash kick. So this one is only 3 flash kicks and no boof
Yeah.
at the end.
Which might indicate it has a little better startup time, but probably
Now,
not significant.
How would you change between level 1 and level 2?
Both kicks or one kick?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Is that how they've done it in the past in other versions?
Yeah.
Okay.
The few games where you can independently
Right.
choose level 1 or level 2.
And here we
And
go
then-
again.
It is so plus on hit. Like that is
a
like
link?
yes,
Jesus.
because he's not installed, so that should be just a link. And yeah,
Notice the way the texture of the coat moves. It's really good. Like, look at stare at Ash's ass. Okay?
all right, no problem.
Like,
Oh wow,
yeah.
the way the fabric waves.
Yeah, it was actually really nicely done right there.
But yeah, no. So that thing is going to be like +3 or +4 on hit at a minimum.
And it definitely looks like if you have an EX, you're going to get something afterwards. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
he's standing there for
Oh,
ever
yeah.
right there at that point.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you can probably do stuff like that too.
Right.
Like
So-
the EX teleport dash looks
Oh,
really
EX
good.
teleport dash. Now, does it... Oh, but it has a punch
And
at
it's
the
a
end
launcher.
of it.
Yep.
But automatically got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then CD...
CD because you can, but that's just, you got a hard knockdown.
Yeah.
Or no, it's not even a hard knockdown. You can
Right.
tech it. But then here's the boned. Oh my god, why? So
CD.
here's a little bit of tech I'm seeing here.
Okay.
Is that this is really clever to me because watch how long it takes to actually hit.
Right, yeah, because this is the CD off of the wall bounce here, and then it hits.
There's only there's a certain amount of time off the CD before you're actually like vulnerable again. So this basically prevents us from finding out what the actual startup of the super is.
Right, yeah.
So we don't actually freak out and just be like,
Right.
oh god, it's gravity squeeze.
But I mean, that's just throwing nails out. I mean, all 5 fingers right
Yeah.
there, 5-finger paw. Yeah, but it probably was hitting the whole time, and
Maybe.
then it got hit right.
Maybe.
Maybe,
Yeah,
right?
and that's the thing, is that we don't know if it's really dumb, if it's gravity squeeze, or if it's actually just that slow when they're masking it.
Right.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
Right.
And
Now,
then
obviously
then we get to one of the greatest animation choices.
Oh, okay. Well, because I was just saying, like, obviously in fast motion it doesn't look as bad, but again, that weird green highlighty effect is not the best. Is not the best.
I like the fact that it almost looks crystalline there.
Well, the biggest problem is it's very clear that it's one picture, and Iori is moving independently of it. See what I mean? Like it's
Like it's a transparency.
Yeah, like there's just a layer on top of that greenness, and it's not like actually pasted
Which basically
him.
means the texturing is actually not is like hindering it.
Yeah, or something.
But anyways, now we get one more cool animation bit of very important Ash theming. After all this time, I'm still stealing your moves, motherfucker. Arms out, giant pillar. Because Iori used to do that.
Oh, did he used to do that?
Yeah,
super?
so,
okay.
you know how he has the rush down, beat you up super?
Yeah.
Okay. In some games, he has a follow-up where he claws at you a few times, then big ol' explosion.
Yeah.
That's literally just like shot for shot, the big explosion.
Got it.
And I'm just like, yes.
Hitting Iori with... I mean, that's probably why they made him fight Iori, right? Just to be like, that's...
Yeah, because
this is your move.
Iori's gonna want revenge after everything else, too. It's like, you made me go through like 3 games without fire. Like, what the hell?
So wait, he didn't have fire at all?
In 12 and 13, he did not have fire.
Oh, that's why he was claw crazy, right? So he couldn't even throw a fireball at all, huh?
Now, Claw Iori is the canon one. He could not
Right.
throw fire.
That was when that's when Ash stole the sacred treasure out of
At the
Iori,
end of 11.
right? Yeah, okay.
And yeah, at least in 11, he did have the raw pillar. I really can't swear if he had it raw in 03 or not. He probably did.
Oh, there you go. This is
So anyways, yeah. That's a really good trailer. But again, like his Sobot being so plus on hit, which apparently I guess it was in 13, it was pretty plus.
I mean, was it really that plus, or is it just like it's very late cancelable?
It should be pretty plus.
Okay. I mean, that obviously lets Ash do a towards button into a flash kick
without having crazy charge execution.
Right. Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically,
because that move has like a reasonable amount of startup and a reasonable amount of like linking and stuff.
So what I want to do here, I mean, let's take a look.
Oh, that's the thing. I didn't even play 9080 Ori in 13, so I wouldn't been able to tell you.
Right.
Because it's just DLC characters.
So that's not the one right here. That's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one.
That's the.
This is the one right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to see what this looks like in normal speed here.
Yeah, and then you just assume it's like 50 frame charge time or something.
Yeah.
And you just buffer the forward input.
Right. It's still going to take a little bit of execution that you want to do the towards kick as early as possible.
C forward kick and then hold down. Okay.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, I mean, that's one of the charge tricks that people don't talk about a lot, is that, like, you hit them right away, but
buffer.
during in the hit stop, you can hit the next move and start charging, so you get extra frames during the hit stop before the move even starts animating. So you might not be able to do raw towards kick into flash kick, but if you actually do the chain combo, you can.
Yeah, and KOF is traditionally pretty lenient about the normal chains.
Yeah.
Like, the stand C forward A kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You can put in that forward A really early.
Yep. And so then there was also, like I said, there was the fireball and the flash kick thing that I just want to see the timing of that as well.
Oh yeah, where he just like throws the fireball and then anti-airs you for being dumb.
Yeah. That was against
he looks
Iori,
so fantastic.
Against Iori, so... Oh, there we go. Did I skip it? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Black.
God, I want to mess with that move so bad.
There
Bop.
God, that's so fast!
Why you jumping? Why you jumping on a Guile archetype? You know better.
That's so fast. I mean, like I said, that's either so fast or that is their subtle way of saying, it's not a charge move anymore.
Shattered all expectation.
Yeah, I know, right? Interesting.
Either way, like, I'm super stoked for him, and like, honestly, given what I'm looking at right now, I think I want to play him second slot instead of on point or anchor. I feel like I want to play him second slot.
What's the reason?
So he has meter to play his game a lot better.
I see what you're saying.
But
Yeah,
I don't want to burn all 5 bars on him, kind of thing.
Right. Okay. But there you go. That's Ash right here, and yeah, like I said, looks really nice. And again, the new models that they have are clearly better than the other ones.
Yeah. They show how much they've grown.
Right, exactly.
I see what you're doing.
I just need to save my deer shot.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And so I guess this leads to kind of one of the things I wanted to talk about mechanically. I put out a tweet about it last week, and I was thinking about it. So with the gameplay mechanics trailer from the previous week, where we saw all the things, I really got to thinking about how the 1, 2, 3 combos work.
Oh, level 1, level 2, level 3, yeah.
And the fact that every time it's been in a blue aura. So right now we know for a fact then, off the bat, that is raw max mode.
Right, yes.
But raw max mode also costs 2 bars.
Right.
So my running theory now is that supers in max consume time like EX moves do, rather than costing bar. So if you are in raw max, you do a level 1 super as, anchor, it takes up like 25% of your timer. And then you can do your level 2 super, which is going to take like a majority of the rest of your timer. And then you do the level 3, everyone knows your combo's over, then the blue aura goes away, you burned all your resources, etc.
Because the whole thing was that, I mean, we've seen only 5 max meter, right? And so if they actually cost meter, it costs 2 to go into the raw max mode. And then if you did a level 1 into a level 2, that you'd be out. That's it. You'd have nothing, no meter left, right?
Yeah, and more to a point is that, because previously, if you did any super in max mode ended.
Right.
And it would consume part of max as the meter for that. Like, if you did a level 1 super, max mode just ended and that was the cost. If you do a level 2 super, max mode ended and you spent an additional bar.
I mean, because a lot of the time, max mode was kind of free, right?
No,
I mean, the
cheap.
level 3 was... Oh, that's right. They always made them 2 bars.
No,
right?
so O2 is where max mode as we know it now, with quick max and everything, it's where that started. And it's 1 bar, or it was 2 bars if you canceled into it and did quick max. But even then, if you did a super, it ate that bar. And then if you did a level 2 super, it would eat an additional bar beyond that. 14 does it the same way.
Now, 13 had its own...
that's an entirely different subject.
Right, but 13 had its own max meter.
Okay, that's not a max meter. That's the drive gauge. The drive gauge.
Yeah, the drive gauge.
And you would enter HD mode and everything.
And when you went into HD mode, then the level 3s were cheaper in that game, right?
I think that was only an early version. I think they eventually patched it out or something. But yeah, like you could take like 1 bar off of your level 3 supers or some crap.
Yeah, something like that if you canceled into it or something
and
like that.
I mean, the launch version, I think you had to be in drive to even do your level 3s.
Okay,
and they're like, yeah, that might have been overkill.
Okay. So, yeah, so theoretically this one, I mean, with you in blue, I don't, dude.
Yeah, so basically, max mode is install with your supers.
Right.
But the drive gauge was a secondary gauge. So that's why it's like...
But, I mean, what's
that's why it's
interesting is that
important.
when you do quick max in 14... You can cancel things into each other, right?
No. You just have access to EXs, and EXs took time. As in, took your gauge.
Okay, but
you can't cancel things into things.
Okay.
It was O2's quick max and O2 UM lets you cancel anything into anything, basically.
Okay. So, for some reason, I always thought in 14, when you went into the quick max, you could do stuff like that. But...
So, it's like you do normal, you hit quick max, and you're running, your plus is all hell, but then you get access to your EX moves, which are all fucking dumb.
Right. So
the thing is just EXs are dumb.
Right. They just made it so that the EXs let you link stuff off of each other, basically.
Yeah. Instead of it being a cancel into a cancel, you would get this move. Oh, this move's normally plus 2 on hit. Now it's plus 15 and a ground bounce.
Right.
Like, okay.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's normally 3 bars, but if you're in drive, it takes all of your drive, and then it's only 2 bars.
Right. Because I remember there was also like the strategy too that you could just like do Benimaru like lightning across the screen from 2 bars if you just max into super and kill somebody or something like that. So I remember
so
that's
the thing. So my running theory is that now supers take time the way EXs do, and the way they did in 14. We already know that EXs still take bar in this.
Because we saw that.
We've seen that.
We saw that.
But we have yet to see anyone have max mode and do a super with the gauges on screen. And so I'm standing by, like, that's my running theory. Because also, that justifies it being 2 bars further. Because now, like, think about your point character. I'm gonna play Ryo. Max mode. How shkoken. And, like, you just, like, try to run it out by throwing out cheap, fast level 1 supers. By making it 2 bars, that's less unbalanced. So maybe you might get a 3rd one out of it if your character has fast enough supers.
Right.
But, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's
a thing too. But again,
I was thinking about that. Yeah, Soul Chris as well. I was thinking about something like that.
But I mean, if that's the case, that's more broken because now, like, oh, I'm Anchor max mode. Throw out 7 Hoshkokens.
Well, they might actually still drain chunks of the timer, right? They could still do that potentially.
And then because the thing is, again, that max mode doesn't end. Until like the combo does or something, so like there's still like balance around that. Also keep
in mind, I mean, it could even be to the point where canceling into the next super only costs 1 bar, right? So you spend 2, you do a level 1, and as long as you cancel, the next one's 1 bar, and the next one is 1 bar.
Maybe, and it's just like you only stay in max mode as long as the combo is active,
or something like that, right?
Now, I mean, that's basically mathematically speaking, that's completely possible,
right?
How do you convey that to the player? Like that doesn't work for new players. That just seems overly complicated for no reason for a new player,
right?
Like someone like me, I'd be like, oh, that's interesting, okay. But, you know, you get someone who's coming from Guilty Gear or Street Fighter trying this for the first time, like, how? Someone who's playing fighting games for the first time is like, what? What do you mean? Like, my blue aura stays if my combo's still going? Like, it starts getting into like Baroque territory from TVC.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like I feel like that's no matter what fighting games try to do, that's how they all seem to people jumping into fighting games, right? So
I just think it's easier to say it takes up your timer bar,
right?
Rather than you can keep doing this and it discounts these moves, and only as long as you're staying blue, and you stay blue as long as you're in the same combo. Like
but
then what happens if you get into juggle combos instead of like basically you're linking supers instead of
right? And that's my point.
Canceling.
We haven't seen any of these linking super things, right?
And yeah, that's one of the things I'm really curious with Ash too, because the end of his level 2 flash kick super looks like you can link a juggle.
Right. For example. Right, exactly. But I feel like maybe to get to that level 3, you have to do cancels because that's the only way we've seen it so far.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
So it could just be something that's built. I mean,
and it also might be part of why Daimon's not in the game because they didn't want to have an OTG again. And yeah, actually, I agree completely. I'm really curious how big the damage buff's going to be for Raw Max. I won't be surprised if it's something stupid like 30%, but the combo scaling offsets that by the time you get like 5 hits in.
I mean, the reason why the theory that it drains the timer is probably one of the strongest theories right now is also that means by nature, quick max activation would not have enough timer to even let
to
you
do something
that.
Crazy. Yeah.
So you do 1 and then 2 and then it's out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you're trying to do it with quick max, you're gonna get like stand C forward A, quick max, stand C forward A, level 1 super, level 3. And that's all the time you've got.
Maybe you can't even do a level 3 at that point in time.
Oh, you'd have to do it like with your regular bar.
Oh yeah.
And
exactly.
Yeah, we need to click that.
Oh, okay.
They just updated the team story trailers, which is nice. So that must mean, is it 7 o'clock? It is!
Ah, here we go.
So we at least get that update. Good shit, SNK.
Okay, so we get...
Thanks, Scorch. Appreciate you.
We get something here. Unless the site is getting destroyed.
No, it always runs a little slow. Hell yeah, Sacred Treasures.
Oh, here. Gee, why is this zoomed in? Is it because I have this zoomed in?
There we go.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
And now it's zoomed out, so I can't even read it.
Okay. So,
in the dead of night.
Should I read this whole thing? In the dead of night, wind blows through a subway tunnel steeped in shadow, causing the tail ends of a man's coat flutter side to side. Behind disheveled bangs hides a cold stare, which turns to the sound of 2 sets of clacking heels approaching from behind. I hope we have found you in good spirits, Iori Yagami. Seems you're still fruitlessly resisting the call of that blood of yours. Disappointing. The voices belong to Mature and Vice, members of the Orochi clan who haunt Iori like ghosts.
Like ghosts.
Yeah, I know, right? The pair of beauties stop a few tiles short of him, their smiles as chilling as they are alluring. I mean, obviously, this doesn't confirm they're in the game or anything, because story is always...
Oh, no, I mean, this basically deconfirms them for the time being.
We told you that your nightmare was only just beginning. The souls that poured out of the broken vessel continue to wander the earth. This and your boiling blood...
Okay, that almost confirms Genitz.
What?
If they're like, the nightmare's just beginning, everything that came out of that bastard, he's still wandering around. That basically means... Genitz is walking around. Just fair warning. You should know that.
We found his corpse in one of the backgrounds now.
Back in 98.
Yeah.
It all began in 94.
This and your boiling blood. It's all a portent of despair. The cracks in this world's fabric continue to grow and spread. Same crap as always. Purple light floods the station with a roar, drowning out the faint glow of the electric signage. Mature and Vice narrow their eyes at the fierce, steady, and somehow ominous blaze. Iori turns slowly, curling fingers wreathed in purple flame. Get lost, otherwise these flames will send you off. To hell, that is! Faced with the fiery savagery...
that quality manga writing. To hell, that is.
To hell, that is. Mature lets out a sigh of contentment. Vice, on the other hand, grins like a cat that's found a plump mouse.
Yo, it's
Dang,
thick.
Look at this. Light flickers behind the strangely relaxed pair, silhouetting them in purple flame. Their eyes gleam in the intermittent darkness. We'll be in the front row watching you writhe in this nightmare. Deconfirmed. DLC characters, here we go. Make sure you give us a good show. Vice rocks and sways, and Mature leans forward bewitchingly. They stretch out their fingers, pointing at Iori, or beyond him. Your destiny lies just ahead. An out-of-service train thunders past, cutting the... Why is it always an out-of-service train, you know? It's like...
Because it's ominous.
Okay, fair enough. Nobody on the train makes it that much creepier.
Run away, train, never come back.
Cutting the tension like a knife. Where Iori had been glaring, the two beauties had already vanished. Hair and coat buffeted by the gust of wind, he slowly clenches his hand. Flames now dissipated. The sound of heels clacking on the tiles once again appears behind Iori.
Slaps the table.
As the measured steps move closer, he feels eyes on his back. So this is where you were. I've been looking all over for you. At the woman's voice, Iori turns. The dignified voice belongs to Chizuru Kagura. She stares directly at Iori and continues to speak. Iori Yagami, will you join me as part of Team Sacred Treasures?
Get fucked.
A flock of pigeons takes off as the backdrop. Wow, they went John Woo on
Dude, I want this as an animated sequence.
Yeah.
'Cause just, this is where you are. I want you on the team.
A young man whiles away time in a park in the corner of the city, far from the metropolitan hustle and bustle. As the water fountain burbles behind him, the man, Kyo Kusanagi, glances down at his watch.
The man, the myth, the legend.
A minute before the arranged meeting time, a motorbike engine purrs through the tranquil thicket. Whoever writes this is trying very... like,
Having a grand old time.
Yeah, basically.
Like, this is just like, I get to let my creative juices flow? Let's fucking go. Tippity tappity tappity tappity.
My apologies. I hope you didn't wait too long. The sports bike stops in front of him, and Kyo shrugs at the woman gracefully dismounting it.
It's pretty late for you, Kagura.
They sealed off the highway due to a traffic accident. I rushed over as fast as I could. Hey now, you better not have broken the speed limit getting here. After glancing over to the bike, Chizuru takes off her helmet and knits her beautiful brows at Kyo's teasing. Knits her beautiful brows.
I hope it's one of those, like motherfucker?
You know I wouldn't do something like that.
Stares motherfuckerly.
She takes a moment to collect herself before locking eyes with Kyo, gravitas in her gaze. Now, on to the main topic, Kusanagi. As he begins to listen to what Chizuru has to say, the wisecracking attitude vanishes from his face.
He's like, oh fuck.
We have to get serious now.
You gonna make me do shit?
The warmth of the sunshine that had filled the park disappears as if clouds were passing over the sun. A fatefully chilly shade falls over the pair. Remember Verse, that mysterious monster that appeared in the last tournament? Orochi's residual spirit wasn't all that it resurrected. Yeah, you're talking about
those guys,
aren't you? Kyo takes out his phone in response. His screen shows a photo Chizuru had sent to him a few days prior. 3 individuals blending into the cityscape, members of the Orochi clan they had supposedly defeated and sealed away.
You didn't seal shit, you killed them. And then they killed themselves.
That could count as sealing someone, right? I mean, you know.
Those from the 1997.
Chizuru frowns at Kyo's hardened expression and continues to speak in a hushed tone. Since then, some sort of power has begun to interfere with Orochi's seal. The Yatsa clan can still ward it off for now, but this power grows day by day. Do you think it's their doing? Kyo points at his phone, but Chizuru shakes her head in response.
Stares motherfuckerly.
I'm afraid that is beyond my knowledge. Even so, this seems somewhat different from the power of the 4 heavenly kings. If I had to describe it, it's as if the natural order of the world itself has been altered. Chizuru pauses, dramatically. A strong wind kicks up, rustling the trees noisily, dramatically. Crows caw in the distance, dramatically. Are they trying to start something? Or perhaps they've been wrapped up in this again. I'll need your and Yagami... Oh, this is Chizuru again talking, huh? Okay. I'll need your and Yagami's help if I'm going to figure out the truth. Sunlight suddenly cuts through the cloud cover. Chizuru turns to face Kyo with a sense of formality, her voice elegant and dignified. Kyo Kusanagi, will you join me as part of Team Sacred Treasures? Kyo shifts his eyes from hers to his feet. Man, I've told you this stuff with ancestors and duties has nothing to do with me. Besides, just thinking of being all buddy-buddy with Yagami makes me sick. I can't do it.
I love how he's just like straight Ranma. It's like, man, what's this got to do with me?
Having spoken his mind, Kyo lets out a short sigh. Or at least, that's what I'd like to say. I doubt you'd give up that easily. Just this once, alright? He raises his head to meet Chizuru's gaze. His stiff, disgruntled grimace, along with any resignation or shock, is gone from his face. Only a wry smile remains. Seeing this, the priestess's anxious expression melts away, and her lips turn up into a smile of their own. Thank you, Kusanagi. But the next moment, Kyo turns away. I'll team up with you, but I have one condition. What condition?
You take me to barbecue.
The end.
Secret Treasure, everybody.
Once everything's cleaned up, I don't want to hear any complaints about what I do afterward. Kyo tosses these words over his shoulder, somehow eliciting a strained laugh from Chizuru. She murmurs in a voice quieter than the rustling grass. 2 peas in a pod you are.
Huh? You say something?
You say something?
You say something.
No, it's nothing. Chizuru reaches towards her motorbike and picks up her helmet. Straddling the bike again, she speaks to Kyo as she watches with a hint of reservation. I understand. If we fulfill our goal, I promise not to meddle with both of your affairs. But until the threat to Orochi's seal is eliminated, our mission as Team Secret Treasures takes priority, and I expect your cooperation. Sure, I'll cooperate. I'll give you the bare minimum at least. Chizuru raises an eyebrow to his lackluster reply before revving her engine and zooming away. After watching her leave, Kyo looks back to the smartphone in his hand. A different message from before is displayed on the screen. On the sender line is one word.
Pops.
Dad! Okay, so what the hell am I gonna do about this pain in the ass?
But is he talking about Chizuru or his dad? Because they're both...
Though he sounds at a loss, his finger swipes through the phone until it reaches a certain number. He taps it without hesitation and brings the phone to his ear as he begins to walk. Yo, Benimaru, I've got a favor to ask you. Dun dun dun! KOF 15! There you go. Sacred Treasures.
So if anybody ever wondered why I don't like Kyo...
Was it just because he's
guy's kind of a douche.
Oh, man. He can't be a willing protagonist, right? I mean, that's just...
I mean, he is a child of the 90s. He was there for grunge music, so...
Because Kay is another protagonist, right? And he's kind of reluctant as well.
But he's super, like, lazy and nihilistic.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't even, like, outright attack people. He just says, like, no, I don't fucking feel like it. Leave me alone. I'm on my couch. Because, like, I'm gonna go to the bar and then call you names for tagging along.
And then Ash is the third protagonist, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The wolf in sheep's clothing pretend villain kind of thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Interesting, if you actually go to the characters here, they still don't have Ash listed here yet. So
yeah. Which, I think for that purpose, it's probably one of those things that it helps them hide who the team is.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Jerk has that brooding Shune. So Shune really brooding.
He kind of a bitch.
All right, I say
he's super unsure of himself while having like phenomenal cosmic powers.
Okay, I'm telling you right now. After this arc is over and they start the new arc, 5th protag, Kenso, we finish the dragon arc. Let's go.
Good luck.
And then we'd actually have a happy-go-lucky protag who's like all goofy and stuff.
Yeah, or Shingo. Let Shingo rock. Let Shingo. Like, I mean, the thing is, like, Shingo at this point is like Prinny's in like the NIS games. It's like Shingo's gonna get his own spin-off game of like, I can be the hero too.
Kenso. We're doing it. That's why he's not in this game. They're saving his story for the next story arc.
He's gonna be lucky to get a fucking Psycho Soldier 2. The look of sadness. If it's any consolation,
thanks for watching the show.
If it's any consolation, I still like him more than I like Athena.
Man, why has everyone got to hate on Kenso?
Honestly, he's probably my second favorite Psycho Soldier character.
Out of what, like 4?
5.
5? Okay.
I give it 5.
Bao was your favorite?
Fuck no.
Okay.
That's definitely Chen.
Chen, okay. Fair enough.
The Drunken Master character? Hell yeah. And the fact is that I love the fact that Chen is so much more responsible than he lets on.
Right, he looks like a slobbering, like,
he looks like a complete piece of crap. And
right,
he's actually like a legitimate ancient martial artist master.
He knows more than what he lets on, right?
Oh yeah, Baitang and Kaoru, technically. But then Momoko's actually 3rd. I think she's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
She's awful and creepy, but she's also hilarious. Exactly.
Olaf could be a KOF protag with that attitude.
I mean, just the fact that I hate Kyo already puts me in the running.
Yeah.
Shune seriously has got to be the first KOF protag that doesn't hate Kyo. He doesn't care.
Right, okay.
Everyone else is like, you're a dick, also you're a dick, and I'm taking your power, and you're still a dick. No, there's no Ash interview yet. But we did get the developer notes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was on their official account over here.
Yeah. There we go. This one actually is really exciting to me.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a lot of detail in here, and like a lot of like,
I think many astute fans figured out from the ending in KOF 14 that Ash may make a return.
I'm astute.
And wouldn't you know, after a decade since his tearful goodbye, Ash Crimson has come back to KOF. Was he in some of the endings? Or did he show up in the endings? I forgot he did.
Yeah. In the invitation team, Kukri finds his body in a crater after Versus defeated, and he's sitting there with Elizabeth, recovering him.
Oh, so
like
wait,
literally
find Ash's body? Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
him all naked and curled up in a crater like it's fucking Terminator.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. He looked like he got Yamcha'd.
Terminator was a good way to put it.
Yeah.
We took elements of his previous design, like the flames on his clothing and prominent colors red and black, and gave him a new coat. Though the new clothes changed his character outline a bit, it still gives off a very Ash-like vibe.
So, by the way, on that one, I'm kind of sad we didn't get a silhouette for him. I think that would have been fun.
That's true. Though the new clothes changed his... Oh, actually, this charge character, so confirmed charge character here, has zoner and rushdown qualities and is known for his hard-to-time projectiles and attacks with large hitboxes that also have invulnerability on startup. One of his unique attacks is this...
Sans culotte. Something like that.
Which not only has a hitbox, but can also be used to strengthen Ash for a short period of time. Also, you can follow it up with a combo if it lands, and you can even use it to anti-air. Ash, who seemingly vanished from space and time, might find it difficult to adjust to fighting again. How will Iori or Chizuru attack to his return? React. We don't care about Kyo. It's more just Iori and just...
Now, in all fairness, those are the two that he stole powers from.
Okay.
He never got to Kyo.
Okay.
He never really got to rip it out of Kyo.
Okay. We hope you enjoy the banter he's undoubtedly going to have with the other fighters.
Oh yeah, the shit talking is gonna be real.
Now,
and then also, real quick, if you go back to this, open the image in a new tab so you can zoom in easier, please.
Open image in a new tab.
Yeah. Zoom in on the stamp. The stamp actually has a lot more detail than any previously, so people are like, what does it mean?
Oh.
What does it mean?
Interesting.
It doesn't look like a Rugal one, though. But, I mean,
Right.
it might be someone else that we've seen. I don't know. Also, yes, for the record, I really hope we get the arranged team endings like 97 and 14 had a little bit, so we get some really cool, like, country team representation. Ash, Shermie, somebody.
The special endings made for specific teams.
Yeah,
right?
It kind of looks like a flag, kind of looks like this. Also, the thing is, you have to turn your head so that you actually match where the stamp would be for the envelope. And, yeah, I'm not sure. JJ? I'm not sure if that's it.
Yeah, and plus another, yeah, like you said, yeah, we have to make sure we're looking at it upside down, right? So, interesting.
Yeah, it's the most detailed wax print stamp we've seen yet.
Now,
I was really hoping it would say, like, Roseburn stamp.
So, okay, so the last game in the Ash Saga was 13.
Correct.
What's the official canon ending of what happened with Ash? Psyche is the Ash from the past.
Ash's ancestor from very much in the past got him to the
Super
present,
powered,
and then
right?
like knocked him outside of time, and then followed him to keep him from getting back in.
Right.
Which then removed him from space and time, as well as removing Psyche from space time, causing a time paradox. So Ash never happened.
So nobody knows Ash exists except for
Elizabeth,
who still remembered everything.
Who remembers some of it?
Okay.
She doesn't even remember everything.
And then, so in 14, as far as everybody knows, Ash has never existed except for... So there's no referencing Ash until that ending.
Until that ending, because she's not in the game either, but the one thing they do allude to is that Kukri fucking knows things.
Okay.
He knows way too much that he's not letting on. I mean, he spends half the game cussing out Kyo and Iori. And I'm not even joking. Like, if he gets any special intro in, like, arcade mode against Kyo or Iori, he shit-talks their whole family name.
But he clearly knows something.
He knows things.
No.
And so, in that ending, like, he disappears after the tournament, and then he's just sitting over a crater, and then you see Elizabeth next to him, and she's like, I can't thank you enough. He's like, this is the job you paid me for. You're good.
Kukri says that?
Yeah.
So Kukri has a little bit of responsibility for bringing Ash back.
A lot of it. He's the one who found the right crater and got Elizabeth to him. Kukri is 100% responsible for reuniting Elizabeth and Ash. Other than, like, Elizabeth hired him because he knows things, but that's it.
Right.
Like, if Kukri hadn't taken the job, who knows where they'd be right now.
Right. So, okay.
It does kind of look like a bee, but that's kind of a reach.
So for...
Yeah, her ending's fucking rough.
So for, that one, is that... Whose ending is that you get to
Invitation team.
Invitation team?
Which is Kukri, Mion, and Sylvie.
Okay. Now, is that their official team, right? That's
Yes.
the official team, right? Okay. Now, Xanadu also knows a lot of shit, right?
Yeah, but that's just because he's one of those, like, he's crazy to the point of clarity. Like, even Deadpool goes, are you alright, man? I mean, you gotta bear in mind, like, Xanadu is also the character whose crouching idle pose has him start staring at the camera. Yeah, like, he's just, like, ready to fight, and then he's just, like... And he will just stare at you until you move.
That's so funny,
it's
dude.
terrifying. I love it.
Is there a YouTube clip of that, dude?
I hope so.
I need to see this. The KOF 14 Xanadu stare idol.
I'm sure you got it, because you got something. Yeah, I think you got, like, got it in, like, the stare.
Oh, stare, okay.
Yeah, or... Damn.
Like, there might not just be a quick clip of it, you know what I mean? That's fine.
It might be in one of the combo videos. Like, it'd be a great way to start a combo.
Right,
It's
just have it.
and then just run in.
Right. Okay, so outside of that team invitation ending, there was no mention of Ash then at all, right? Mm-mm. So, and we have no idea how Kukri brought him back.
How he found him or anything. It's just Verse died, so literally the point of Verse is all the lost souls in SNK canon. Mm-hmm. So anyone who's ever died, anyone who's been removed or wiped out of existence or anything, it's all fair game.
Right.
So including like characters who've never visually existed, like Leona's birth father, and like Jeff Bogard, they're not off the table.
Right. It just basically it's basically kind of their canon way of rebooting kind of
but the thing is what I'm kind of hoping for is that like it looks like this is continuing off of Verse's bullcrap, and not just in like the hey, Verse happened. It seems like it's kind of leaning into it further.
Right, yeah.
I'm wondering if we're getting like a fucking Infinite Crisis thing where we're actually going to have Geese be Schrodinger's cat, or he doesn't know if he's alive or dead because in Fatal Fury canon he's dead and in KOF canon he's alive.
Right, yeah.
And like they might actually have to like kill him in KOF and actually consolidate all the canons, which would be fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean they could basically almost kind of New 52 it.
Yeah, same idea, yeah. And then personally what I'm hoping for though is that also they can I'm kind of like doing a hard read. One of the DLC teams is going to be Mark of the Wolves. Is that like one of the DLC teams is going to be Rock and I don't know, fucking Janae Gateau or like one of Kim's sons or both of them, whatever.
Right.
Because I think they could use this to start jumping into handling what happened in Mark of the Wolves as fucking canon. Because Mark of the Wolves is on a cliffhanger still. Right. And we're fucked.
No, wait. Griffin Mask is in Mark of the Wolves or no? He is, right?
That's the first game.
That's the first game, and then he showed up as Tizok.
Griffin Mask and Tizok are exactly the same. It's just international naming conventions.
Right.
Like Bison Claw, etc.
So technically speaking, I never even thought about this. I was just thinking about this. So that means he drops the heel persona at some point in time to go back to Griffin Mask then, right?
Fatal Fury canon and KOF canon don't align.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, the thing is that, honestly, if we're speaking strictly on where the timelines should be, Mark of the Wolves has already passed.
Right.
And so we're in Dinosaur's heel turn. But by this point, Mark of the Wolves should have happened, and Rock should already have done everything with Kane Heinlein. And we need to know what happened there. Right.
And it just never finished, basically, right? I mean, you know what other storyline never finished?
Kenso and the Dragon.
Kenso and his dragon power. Yeah. Next pro tag, SNK, do it. Do it.
Yeah. No, if we don't get Orochi forms, like I honestly do think they're going to be unlockable, because given the Orochi team's story stuff in just their interviews, they know what's going on. They know that they're Orochi. So I feel like they're going to come up in story mode, and once you beat them, you unlock them. I really think we're going to get Orochi forms.
Because they're actually pretty different.
They are dramatically different.
Okay, so they're
it's... You remember like when DeCapre came out for Street Fighter 4, and it's like, oh, you've got most of Cammy's Nordals, but everything else is different?
Yeah.
It's that.
Okay.
It's that level.
Got it. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, Orochi Yashiro is a full-on grappler. Orochi Shermie becomes, like, a mix-up zoner, and not a grappler anymore.
Interesting.
Loses all her command grabs. And then Orochi Chris goes from, like, the, like, shooter dash punch style to, like, basically a Shoto. Yeah.
Interesting.
100% different.
Okay.
Yeah, and also Chris is the only one who... Well, other than Leona, he's the only one who's had a super move to go from regular form to Orochi form. Because Orochi form's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And then in Orochi form, his level 3 super is just straight turns into Orochi. Boom, Orochi magic all over the screen.
Now, I forget, was COIS, they were in 2002?
Yes.
right?
Both. Vanilla and UM.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. They were, but not the Orochi ones were in there?
Everyone, both forms.
Really?
Because both forms were in 98, because
both
forms came from 97.
Right, yeah, of course. I just wasn't sure if they
literally, if somehow they don't have Orochi forms in this game,
it would be the first time.
It would be the first time.
Got it. Okay.
Gotcha, it would be the first time the Orochi forms don't exist.
Okay.
Hell yeah, Silber's fire. Especially because then you have to bring back Guy Tendo. Guy and Silber are both fucking awesome.
It would be cool if they had a DLC team with those two and then brought back one more character.
Probably Rob Python, but you could make a better argument for maybe like the Taekwondo one or something. But yeah, right. You bring back Guy, you bring back Silber, and you bring back someone else. Or, I hate to say it, you don't bring back Silber, and you just do like the 3 semi-pro tags of Bariki, Guy and his 2 best friends, and you actually get a fucking team out of it.
Right.
Because Silber and Guy being on the same team is a little weird. Because Silber is like the main villain.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I totally with you on that one. That I vastly prefer the Orochi forms to the regular forms of all of them except maybe Shermie. Chris, I'm kind of like 50-50 on. The thing is, I fucking love Orochi Shermie. Regular Shermie is, I get it, but I play Mary, so who cares? Oh yeah, the Bariki girls are fire.
Yeah, I mean, those KOF 11 characters, I mean, they're from another game, so Silber and Guy Tendo, so they were literally guest characters, basically.
They were, KOF characters. They came from another game. Like,
what other characters have been in 11 that have never been in anything else?
Momoko.
Right.
Oswald almost. He finally got to come back.
Right. But he was DLC in 14, right? Yeah.
Basically, all of the secret characters except for Adelheid.
Okay.
So that's 4 characters there. Momoko is 5.
Which are the 4 characters? Guy, Silber...
And then Jazu and Sho Hayate.
What game? They were from...
Kizuna Encounter, Savage Rain.
That's right, yeah, okay.
And then, the two bosses, obviously, Shion and Magaki, but Shion's the only one that matters.
Okay.
And then there's Momoko, and then I feel like there was one more in that cast. Oh yeah, Duck.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Duck.
The Duck's only KOF was 11.
That's so weird.
Janae's only KOF is 11, unless you count Max Impact. I still feel like I'm missing maybe one more. Yeah, well, I don't count strikers, because Guy Tendo is also a striker in 2000.
Right, okay.
Also, if Mudman was in 11, that would have been sick.
Are you talking about World Heroes Mudman? Yes.
I really shouldn't do stupid shit like that, because next thing I know, it'll be a GIF.
But you mean like...
The bongo drum thing? Yes, I get it.
Like the Maiko pose here, you mean?
Oh, yeah, that.
Maiko pose. Yeah, that's still there. It's never gone anywhere.
Yeah, Momoko is definitely capoeira. I fucking love Mars People. Mars People might actually be my favorite Metal Slug character, at least in terms of mainline Metal Slugs.
Right, but Mars People was only in
as far as fighting SVC and I believe Battle Coliseum.
Oh, that's right, Battle Coliseum. That's right.
Yeah, Shingo should come back eventually. He really needs it. I mean, maybe we can get a new apprentice team and just have, like, Rock Shingo somebody.
Right, yeah. I remember we were talking about that before.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, you know what we really still need to do? Is go revisit our predictions list.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Since we know most of the cast now, we're only short, like, oh yeah, please let us have Joe's fucking protege. A character that never existed. So, did you see when Mark of the Wolves 2's character designs were finally released?
No.
Yeah, a couple years ago, they're like, well, since God only knows if we're ever making this, we can at least show you this stuff. And they had the roster for Mark of the Wolves 2, and one of them was Joe actually had a protege, finally.
So this is a character that's never been mentioned before.
She's never existed except in the one sprite sheet that shows every character that was supposed to be in Mark of the Wolves 2.
Oh, dang.
It's the only time she's ever existed.
Dang.
That's true. No, Elizabeth was introduced in 11, but she was in 13.
Right.
So, like 11's not her only appearance.
But as a character to be played?
Yeah.
Oh, so she was playable in 11. Then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. And in
13.
13, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting all my games mixed up, dude. I swear to God, the KOF lore is too too expansive for my brain.
Well, I mean, you got to bear in mind, like you're running into a problem too. Is that they had like a higher rate of games than most franchises because they were annual from '94 to 03.
Yes.
Strictly annual, and then they have still a few other spin-offs besides that.
Right, and then there's that giant period, like I said, in between where even I wasn't paying attention to what was happening, because basically, once it got to 99, like, it really just kind of
you lost the NES saga.
I didn't understand what was going on, because, I mean, I had a lot of interest in 98. Everyone was always playing it at the UCLA arcade, right, because obviously it was very popular and everything like that.
Oh, perfect, thank you.
Oh, dang. What do we got here?
That should be the Mark of the Wolves 2 roster. Yep.
Oh, look at this. Hang on, let me pull this up over here.
I wanted this. Again, I don't even really like Mark of the Wolves as a game, and fuck, I want this game.
Oh, so it was all the original characters here. Well, who's this?
He runs around in the background for Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Much like, you remember, like, Whole Horse in the JoJo's fighting game?
Yeah.
How you had that little kid in the box running around?
Yeah.
Same idea.
It's basically Anita following
all the
Donovan,
same idea,
and then the little boy following Huitzel around. Only in the sequel, only in the home version of Dark Stalker.
KOF story makes sense up until Verse and maybe Ash, I guess. KOF's plot makes sense,
right? But all these characters here are originally in
original Mark of the Wolves.
Garo, right?
Yes.
And these are the new characters.
Yeah, other than Kane there.
Oh, this guy.
Kane's the final boss of Mark of the Wolves.
Okay, do we know who these all are supposed to be, basically?
Nope.
Okay.
These are all new.
Just know that this is probably Joe's
that's very specifically,
protege, right?
Yeah, it's the only thing we know, really. I mean, one or two of them might have had other descriptions. I think the further right you go, would more be into boss territory. But yeah, like the Paperboy looking character actually looks kind of cool. Joe's apprentice is amazing. And then... is that Adult Rock? I don't fucking know. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I know, because they look so similar.
It kind of looks like, yeah. And then I don't know who the next one is. And then Big Angry Guy. He looks like a motherfucker. He looks like Rob Python's big brother. And then... I almost feel like this is like well-dressed Billy Kane or something, you know? And then the next character feels like he'd be a descendant of the fucking Fire Pants from Sam Show.
Kazuki?
Yeah.
Hot Pants?
Yeah.
Interesting. Dang.
And maybe in this game Freeman would have been playable. Ooh.
Was he just really bad or something?
I think he's the worst character in the game.
Which one is he?
The goth kid in the top.
This one here?
That's a ninja.
This guy.
That's a goth kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you said kid. That doesn't look like a kid to me.
Dude, all angsty goth kids are kids.
Okay, fair enough.
You think I'm going to sit there and be like, this angsty goth man?
Goth dude.
The goth man prophecies.
Goth dude, right? I mean,
he's an angsty goth kid. Freeman is such garbology in that game. You ever talk to some of those angsty goth kids from shitty podunk towns like my hometown? Even if he's 30, he's still a kid. I'm pretty sure there's dudes that I grew up with that are in their 40s and 50s that still act like they're 22. Not gonna name names.
Oh, man.
God, my hometown sucks. Anyway, so yeah, but yeah, Joe actually had a student protege, making him finally the last one of the three of the Fatal Fury boys to actually have their own protege.
Right. Who's Andy's protege?
Ninja Kid at the top.
Oh, that's right. Ninja Kid at the top. That's right. Yeah.
And so anytime Andy isn't in a KOF, it's because he's taking care of him. Like, they've actually done that.
Right. Okay. Hokutomaru. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, yeah, and then Terry has Rock. Terry actually gets to be in the fucking game.
Right.
And then, but yeah, Joe having the protege is pretty much the coolest
Who's this
thing.
guy again?
That's Gateau.
This is Gato. Okay.
Best character in 11.
That's right. He's the busted one.
Yeah.
Freeman, and then this guy is the guy that it could be Mary's relative or something like that. Or?
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Allegedly, like Mary's cousin or some shit. Yeah. Kevin Ryan.
And who's this guy here?
That is Marco Rodriguez. That is Kushnud Butt.
Kushnud Butt. That's right. So what's the story on that again?
I guess Marco Rodriguez was too much like someone else's name, so they picked something else and then turned him into a blaxploitation character. I don't fucking know.
And this is Bijane.
Yes.
And who's this?
That is Hotaru. That's Gato's little sister.
Oh, okay. So these two are related story-wise.
No, Gato.
No, Gato. This guy.
Yes.
These two are related. That's right.
Yeah, and it's one of those Gato's running off to like kick his father's ass or something, and then Hotaru is just chasing him down to try to bring him home.
And then these two are the Kim's kids.
Correct.
Right. And then obviously Griffin.
That is definitely not a dinosaur.
Yeah, this is Griffin Mask here. Well, I don't know, birds and dinosaurs, you know. And then this is the boss?
That's mid-boss. That is Grant.
Okay.
And then
Gotcha.
final boss is Kane right there.
Gotcha. Okay. So the final boss is Kane. Not Billy Kane, but just a Kane.
Kain.
Right.
Remember, because it's Billy Kahn, technically.
Oh, right.
But yeah,
okay,
Kane
okay.
R. Heinlein, who is Rock Howard's mother's brother.
Oh, so he's actually related in a
Yeah, he is Rock's uncle.
Gotcha.
And so the ending of Mark of the Wolves is Rock whoops his ass and then he tells Rock some shit, and Rock's like, well, crap, now I actually have to work with you. All right, fine, I gotta see this through.
And then that's the cliffhanger.
Yep. And up to a point that Terry walks up and he's like, hey guys, what's going on? Oh, what the crap's going on? He's like, Terry, be cool. I have to see this through. And Terry's like, all right, doors open when you want to come home. And that's
Right,
where it ends.
Yeah, okay. Was Grant secretly geese? Is that actually a theory out there?
That's news to me.
Have you ever seen him without the mask?
That's something I've been thinking, is that Kane and Hein are related in some fashion.
Which one's Hein again?
The butler from 14.
That's right. Do they have the same last name or something?
No, his name is Kane Heinlein, and then the butler's name is Hein.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
And they're both fucking dapper, classy gentlemen who work with geese in one capacity or another. I'm wondering if there's a relation.
But the Hein doesn't look like that, does he, though?
No.
Right,
No, he looks like fucking Sakamoto from anime. Sakamoto is my name.
Yeah, I remember he looked very, very different.
Yeah,
So.
he looks like Bayonetta's son.
Oh, right. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah, okay. I was like, Bayonetta had a son. Oh, wait, no, I see.
Yeah, it just looks way too much like Bayonetta, just like Sakamoto.
Oh, man, it's funny.
Yeah, the series is called, like, Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto or some shit like that. And it's the main character basically just looks like Hein, but he is just like the coolest, most stylish, I can do fucking anything guy in high school, and it is so over the top hilarious.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, Sam Show got its a patch today that basically just fixes 2 bugs on Biken.
And that was it, basically?
That's pretty much it, as far as I can tell.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like... Oh yeah, so we do have a couple more things to talk about. Like really quick, short stints before we probably wrap it up.
Okay.
First off, so tomorrow in Japan, so tonight, like right now, new issue of Famitsu is coming out with KOF 15 info.
Right.
Whether it's new info, whether we're getting anything cool out of it, I don't know, but Famitsu issue with KOF 15, like, it's already cool.
Right.
And it's like right now.
Right, so some people are theorizing maybe they'll reveal the name of the characters.
Maybe.
The two new
which,
characters.
by the way, officially revealed, which means we don't talk about it.
Right, yeah. So please don't mention it in the chat. It is,
or in the YouTube comments, please.
Yeah, or in the YouTube comments. It's all, like, still spoiler territory.
Yeah, because anything that has come out has been an oopsie.
Right, yeah.
So,
For sure. So there's that, and then there's one more as well, which is
Tokyo Game Show.
That's
which
what it
I
is,
actually brought up the information for it. Oh goodness! Of course, So, wait, did I open the wrong thing? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's the Famitsu one. Here we go. So, Tokyo Game Show, September 30th, Japan time, at 1 p.m. to 1:50 p.m. Japan time. So it's going to be approximately, what is that, like 9 p.m. the night before for us?
Let's see, 1 p.m. JST to PST is, whoops, did I just, I didn't type 1. 1 p.m. you said?
Yeah.
9 p.m. our time, yeah.
Fucking awesome, I'm the best. Anyways, so yeah. And so 9 p.m. on September 29th for Pacific time will be a nearly hour-long King of Fighters 15 special program at Tokyo Game Show. Obviously, we don't know what's actually going to be there, but it's fucking hour-long, so it's probably going to be a half hour of the information we already know, and then probably like maybe 1 or 2 character trailers, some updates. Maybe we'll get a better breakdown of some of the mechanics that we don't know stuff about. Maybe we'll get a cool exhibition match.
Right, I was about to say, it could just be 2 people going like, go, play! And then they play each other, basically, right?
But the thing is that I'm under the impression that Tokyo Game Show is going to be all digital, like E3 has been trying to do and stuff like that. So it's probably going to be pre-recorded, you know, but, I mean, if we get more updates or anything, like, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, if we could see more match footage and more of the way meter is spent and
stuff like I don't need them to tell me how the mechanics work if they provide footage that lets me figure out how the mechanics work.
Right, exactly. Yeah. No, all those characters, no word. What was
Elizabeth is the only one that I'd put money on. Actually, Elizabeth and Whip, I think both have a really good shot, but we don't know yet because Heidern is in the game, and we have no idea what team he's going to be on. He's probably going to have one of his usual squad on the team.
We've seen a little bit of the KOF in action now, thanks to the Gamescom trailer, right? We got
between that and don't forget, I mean, the Fatal Fury team video still had that. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to see like from character select into the match, into like how bars carry over between rounds and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure for the most part the TGS stream is going to be mostly stuff we already know, but we might probably, I think we'll get at least like get thrown one bone, especially with the timing of it. So like what, the date today is the 8th.
I mean, Tokyo Game Show is a big deal. It's like, it's like E3, right? Like,
yeah,
this is where a lot of things get revealed.
There are definitely some companies I've also watched do like a 3-hour presentation to Tokyo Game Show that told us literally nothing.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Can you bring up a calendar real quick just to make things super easy?
Okay.
So, under the assumption that they are going to maintain the bi-weekly trailer stuff, let's just pretend that for a moment.
Okay.
So today is the 8th. So next Wednesday would be a new trailer. And then following no trailer,
Silhouette?
Trailer, which falls under the night before TGS.
Okay.
So I think we actually have a pretty good shot of, if TGS doesn't have any new information, that means they're probably going to replay the footage from the previous day. But honestly, on the 28th, they'll probably be like, hey, no trailer tomorrow because we're going to be at TGS. That's where you'll see it.
Right, okay. And TGS, you said, starts here on the 30th,
there.
Basically?
Yep, that's the TGS presentation.
Gotcha.
Which, so for us, I mean, honestly, on the 29th, it might even be prudent to do our show 2 or 3 hours later. And we can basically restream the TGS.
Oh, dang, yeah, we could just do that. Just do a restream of that. Now, shouldn't we have gotten a silhouette today?
Because Ash was last week. There's no guarantee on the silhouettes, and also Ash didn't get a silhouette, and they revealed 4 characters.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So my guess is that they're going to hold out on the silhouettes until they want to reveal a whole team.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, I want Chen and Dualon, but I'm pretty sure that they're not going to be launch. But, so...
I mean, there's a lot of characters that are going to be gone. I mean, the fact that Kim has the potential to be gone...
Kim is very likely gone.
Yeah, I know.
Very likely.
And he has the perfect record for being in the opening roster.
Yeah,
so.
like, this is the first time he's had a lapse in his attendance.
I wonder if it's going to be one of those things where they want to do that just so... they could just break it and now everything is off the table?
Well, I mean, again, one thing I've talked about is... So their excuse for not having Mary and Yamazaki in the launch roster of 14 was they already felt like they had too many damn Fatal Fury characters, and they really wanted to distance KOF from being Fatal Fury EX, you know?
Right, yeah, okay.
And now that we know we've got Mary back, they're probably like, well, we have to trim the fat somewhere.
Right.
And so cutting out Kim and cutting out the criminals, cutting Alice back the fuck out where she belongs. Because you can't not have Terry, like,
right?
Obviously.
Yeah.
But once you get the three guys, then you get Mary. Tung's gone. Alice is gone. Mai's in. Mary's in. Kim's gone. Here's the thing: I'm not actually blaming Alice for Alice. Alice got done dirty because I wanted her in the game.
Right.
Because I thought she was a really cute design from the Patchy Slot stuff. And then, oops.
Oops, what?
She was designed in a not interesting and not fun way. Like, when Dan is more interesting...
So her playstyle was just not interesting.
I liked her ideas. Like, I'm a huge Fatal Fury fangirl, so I have really bad knockoffs of their moves. Like, I can't do a fucking rising tackle from Terry, so you know what? I'm just going to start at airborne and make it my dive kick.
Oh, right.
Like, that's really cute, but... And yes, God, they really need to do that. I've been talking about it for a few months.
30th
This is the Garo 30th anniversary year, and we haven't heard anything yet. We might get something like October or November. There'll probably be like a pop-up cafe that, as an American, I won't get to get anything from.
Right.
So that's going to be really problematic for me, especially if there's Mary merchandise. So I'm going to have to actually send someone over there to buy them for me. Inhales.
Now wait, in terms of Perfect Record, it was Kim, but I mean technically the other ones were like Kyo, Terry,
Athena. There's like 5, I think, that had perfect. Ralph and Clark.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so there's still a bunch of characters.
Yeah.
Kim's not the only one left, right? It's just that now Kim could potentially be the first one to fall of those characters.
That's right. I was just reminded we do have one more thing we can talk about. I can joke about, but one more thing. The stream chat just kind of reminded me.
Okay.
And then it'll be the last thing, and I'll be kind of done.
Okay.
No, I didn't try to cut you off.
No, it's fine. I wasn't saying anything. I was just saying, like, Kim is not the only character.
Yeah, he's not the end-all, be-all for, like, Perfect 10 and stuff. Kodo Bukiya finally revealed the art for their first KOF figure.
Oh, right,
And surprising absolutely fucking nobody, it's fucking Mai Shiranui.
Right.
And again, like, I've talked to you about this offline, but I'm going to talk about it now. Like, I don't blame Kodo per se. I blame the public. Because why, after all this time, and the fact that Mai has more figures than the rest of SNK combined, is that still the first character you're going to print?
It has to be.
Because the market is so flooded with Mai Shiranui. You know what we're going to do? We're going to print Mai because it's safe. How is it safe?
I mean,
I was hoping it would at least be Athena first. I don't even want that.
Remember when we were going through that figure con, there was like 4 Mai statues there, right? I mean, like, already. Mai is just... I mean, look, if you're a Mai fan person... You're fortunate and broke.
Yeah, I mean, probably not. You're probably just broke because you still couldn't buy half of them.
Right. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, because I've sat down and looked. It's the 98 license, which means there's only so many girls they can make. And so I basically kind of figured out what order they're doing because it's safe. And with like 1 or 2 options for wiggle room, depending on if Yamashita actually has an opinion.
Right.
Or if Kodo has all control. If Yamashita has an opinion, we might see Chizuru, and we might see, like, maybe King a little sooner, maybe Leona sooner, but otherwise, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, on the Capcom side, I mean, Nidhogg saying SNK's answer to Chun-Li. I mean, Chun-Li's kind of the same thing. She has...
but Capcom also has Morrigan, which is just as bad.
Yeah, it's true.
I would even argue that Morrigan's worse about it because she overwrites her entire game.
Yeah.
Nobody else in that fucking game gets figures except for her, and then occasionally
Felicia.
Oh no, Felicia, followed by her again, but with no chest and hair.
Right. The other Morrigan.
Yeah. Like, why is Lilith the runner-up?
Because she's another Morrigan, basically.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, Shinko.
Yeah, Shinko gets really lucky and occasionally gets like the noodle topper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you wonder why like a $20 Shinko figure is going for $300.
Is that what the noodle toppers?
No, a different one.
Oh, okay.
A different one. But yeah, there's a Shinko figure that was like $30 when it came out, and you cannot find it for like under $200 because they don't make shit of it.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that's why when everyone always is like, "Oh, look at all of James's figures," it's all the girls because they don't sell dudes.
Yeah, no. God help me if I ever find a Testament figure.
Dude, I would own a Lord back when I had the job. I would have bought a Bishamon, an Anakaris, a Lord Raptor. I would have bought a Victor Von Gurdnite. I would have bought Johnny. Mm-hmm. You know, I would have bought all these characters.
You're still yelling from the hilltops about, please let me have a good Johnny statue.
Dude, there's only that one little the
figure.
This thing.
Yeah.
That's the only Johnny figure that exists.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I went out of my way to grab it for you.
Yeah, dude, Rikuo? Dude, like, seriously. Like, we could have so many cool Darkstalker
But you know what there is figures of? Midnight Bliss of all of them. Now, admittedly, I love the Midnight Bliss line, and I am super stoked that I got, like, a Gashapon of Midnight Bliss Victor.
Right, yeah,
I'm on board,
yeah.
but... Why is it that much of a struggle to get the normal versions of some of the characters?
Yeah, you get Midnight Bliss versions before you can get the regular ones.
Dude, there's Midnight Bliss for SVC Chaos as well. Oh no, sorry, not Chaos, but Fighting Jam.
Yep, Capcom Fighting Jam.
So I have a Midnight Bliss Alex and Guile.
Right, God, I just don't even know. Yeah, like, Jeddah would be such a cool figure, dude.
Dude, I literally want them to make, like, a big, like all these, like, giant Chinese dioramas that are coming out.
Yeah.
Of one of him slapping someone against the contract.
Dude, it'd be so sick, dude. That'd be so sick. You know what they should do? They should just have it so that they have the Jeddah figures, sell all the figures, and then just sell different contracts with the blood splat of your favorite character on there.
Or just make it like an acrylic bookend, so you can just slap in your own sheet of whatever you want.
Exactly, dude. It'd be so great.
No, Jeddah's fucking fire.
Dude, Darkstalkers has some of the best character designs. I mean, and then, of course, you know, like, Buletta's a cool character design, BB Hood, but they're not going to make figures of her because they can't, I mean, that's weird, right?
No,
I mean,
that's not a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Not
It's
gonna
Japan.
stop
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, and I mean, like, I think SNK is a bit better about it than a lot of companies where, like, they're willing to make merch of the guys.
I mean, at least they have, like, when they come out with the acrylic stands, they'll do it for everybody,
everyone,
right?
You know,
yeah.
and I mean, the Bandai Tamashii Nations figures only come in males. There isn't a female of those as far as I know, but there's an Iori and a Terry.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
and I think a Kyo.
Nice.
Maybe? Or maybe it's, I don't know, it's D-Arts or whichever one. I don't know. But anyways, there are action figures of Terry and Iori, and there isn't one in any of the females, I don't think.
Yeah.
There might be Mai, actually. There might be a Mai.
Of course.
I just repressed that,
Of course. And yeah, no, I mean, like, I generally just don't get any of the Kotobukiya figures because I don't really like the way that they look. I don't even have the Kami one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
no, and I mean, I've talked about it. I really think that Yamashita's art was, and his, like, all his statues and stuff were really a lot better before Kotobukiya bought his soul.
Right, yeah.
Because I have one of his statues from, like, 25 years ago, and I still love it.
Right.
And the Kotos are frequently a little on the samey side.
Yeah.
I do like the New Morrigan, but then someone else showed a New Morrigan statue that actually
that
looks incredible.
Other one is good.
Oh my god!
Dude, holy crap! But yeah, I mean, that's the thing I don't like about the Kodos. Like, all the faces look the same right now, and that's kind of bothersome. And they all have that very, like, weirdly, extremely young, cutesy, goofy kind of.
Yeah, like the missing link between normal art and 13 Athena.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And
yeah.
So.
Yeah, but no, I'm really hoping. Oh yeah, there's the My Nendo. That's two. But I'm really hoping though that we get the KOF 98 Kodo line goes at least long enough to get a character I would purchase.
try to get a Mary.
I mean, obviously I'm going to want Mary, and I'm going to buy it no matter what happens. Even if they've decided that those statues are now worth 3 times the price they were when they came out. The fucking things are $120 now.
Dude, that's crazy, dude.
But, I mean, Leona? Shermie?
Dude, Leona would be awesome. But, you know, they would probably give her the new outfit, and she would probably have this weird happy smile on her face or something like that.
I don't think she'll have a happy smile. I think my concern is honestly that she's going to look too much like Cammy.
Yeah.
Like in the body shape and everything.
Yeah. Ugh, man.
Dude, I'm actually jealous, by the way. I really want the D-Arts Terry. And that shit is like $120 used nowadays.
Really?
You cannot fucking find it.
Oh, dang. Okay.
But yeah, that's one of the ones I'm trying to get. It's also, I don't know if you've ever seen, is it Dino that has that? The profile picture of the figure taking off Terry's hat and it's just the peg.
Yeah, the peg.
That figure.
Yeah. Oh, got it. Okay. No. It's funny. Oh, man.
That's a good statement. Leona does not smile for us weebs, only for her family. Yeah, because there are literally, like, in KOF canon, there are literally, like, 4 people who have seen her smile. Mm-hmm. And even they're not used to it.
Right.
But, yeah, so, I mean, like, if you bring up, can you do me a favor, bring up the 98 character select screen? Because Lord knows they're not going to make a dude, so we can narrow down exactly who all is possible for them to make.
Right, because it's always going to be the old school ones.
Yeah, unless they do, like, the fucking gender swap or, like, My Little Pony line, where they're just like, I'm going to make this a girl. But, yeah, so they have the 98 license. So our options are literally Yuri, Leona, Athena, Chizuru My King, Shermie, Mary, Vice Mature.
Wait, so we know for sure it's the 98 license? Okay. I mean, Vice and Mature would be pretty cool.
I mean, personally, I'm kind of hoping that they make it a little easier, like, they make Vice and then Mature as a Comic-Con exclusive, and it's just a head swap.
Right.
Like, that would be cool, because back then it wasn't a big deal. But, you know, and then probably we'll get Shermie and then Orochi Shermie as a Comic-Con exclusive.
Right.
Just let me have a fucking Mary, let me have Leona. And I mean, I'd still consider buying like Chizuru or King.
Right, but
I'll probably buy Shermie on principle.
Again, I mean, they're gonna go for obviously the more popular, stronger waifu bait figures, right?
Yeah, but I mean, even then, so what's the answer? Athena and then Leona probably, and then maybe Shermie if they look at 15's fucking roster.
Will be. I think Shermie's
got a pretty good shot. Shermie and Chizuru, I think, both have a pretty good shot though, just for crossover with 15.
Right.
Like basically, it's free marketing.
Yeah,
but it's really a matter of who's making the decisions.
Right. Yeah, Athena, Shermie, Mary.
Yeah, I think Mary's gonna be like towards the end if I get her.
Right.
Like again, unless Yamashita actually has an opinion on the matter, then there's a slim chance that she won't be dead last.
Right. But yeah, we're talking about the Kodo Putkia was announced.
Yeah, actually, you could probably just bring it up and just put it on screen. The Kodo Bukiya Mai. And it's just his picture of it. In fact, that's it.
This one right here.
Oh, there you go. Do the one below it. Yeah,
okay.
Which shows the side by side for the development.
This one here.
Yep.
Yeah, but even the drawings, they always look away. But when the figure comes out, I always feel like they don't even look like the drawings as much. Like I feel like the face.
That's still. The thing is, I feel really a lot about that. About some other figure lines. This one I think is at least within acceptable bounds. But some of the other figures for other companies that have been coming out recently, I'm like, is the artist even okay with this? Like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Right, because I swear there was like I swear the Cammy, like if they even have that same kind of art to the figure, like I swear the art looked different than the way the figure actually came out.
You might want to just search. Oh wait, did you miss it? Scroll up a little. Oh, that's the figure again. Yeah. Search by the artist, Shunya Yamashita. I mean, even if you just take away the Kodo, it might help.
Yeah.
Oh, I found the DeCapre and the Good Burger Cami, but not the Vanilla Cami. There we go. Oh, I can't tell from here. Is that? That's it.
Yeah, that is the art right there. Yeah. And then this is the figure, right? Oops.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the figure right there.
Yeah.
So if I show this here, for example, this is the figure. This is the
art.
figure picture right here, and then this is the. Where did I put the artwork?
You didn't open it. You keep skipping the tab you put it on. There you go.
Oh,
you didn't open it in a new tab
I didn't
yet.
open it in a new tab. Right,
Yeah.
got it. That's why. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks kind of like Cammy Minogue, and then the other one is.
Yeah, I don't know. It just.
Yeah, like even the head shape is significantly different because you
Right.
got like a wider head. But I don't know. The legs came out better in the statue, strangely.
More definition.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Kotobukiya line so far. So, like,
Yeah, most figures go through an Instagram filter compared to their source material.
yeah.
Damn.
It's a good way to put it. Actually, that is actually a really accurate way to describe it. Anyway.
Because Shunya Yamashita takes artistic licenses with female characters. I mean, I still own, like, personally, I own 4 of them, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I own both the Chun-Li's and then both the She-Hulk variants.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
They made a red She-Hulk. I had to.
Yeah, I think that's kind of.
I definitely got the red one before I even got the regular one, and the red one's a Comic-Con exclusive.
Yeah, JoJo, we did. We went through the whole story profile.
Yeah, he actually read it.
Yeah, I just read the whole entire thing. So
Maybe one of these days I'll take over that role so I can save your voice a little bit.
it's
but
fine. I like doing it. So
I know.
It's fun.
But anyways, I think it's about that time.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, let's keep an eye out for some new stuff coming out soon.
Yeah, we might see some scans from Famitsu. Hopefully they'll have something new. And then, what, 3 weeks was it? Yeah, 3 weeks from now, we've got Tokyo Game Show, and we probably will have 1 or 2 trailers by then. Because, again, we got to sit here and just assume that we're getting the bi-weeklies, so next Wednesday should be a new trailer. We'll have new stuff to talk about. I would not anticipate anything at any Sony event offhand. I'm down for pleasant surprises, but...
What should I do for music?
Seiryu's got a point.
Which one?
I mean, I really like the 11 theme. Yeah, let's just do Ash 11 theme. Or I think it's even Hero theme. Yeah, Ash Crimson 11 music or whatever. OST theme something.
Is it this one Hero Team theme?
Yeah, Joker arranged. Yeah, that worked.
This one works?
Yeah, it works.
Okay.
We make it easy to answer. What
They make it easy.
Freaking thing. Okay, here we go. This one. Alright, there you go. Thanks everybody for watching. Tune in next week for more SNKronize and more KOF.
The King of Fighters!